Introduction. Since 1860, when the United States Bureau of Statistics started keeping records of divorces, the frequency of divorce cases has continued to increase based on the same reasons. Reasons have remained relatively the same in comparison to the ever-increasing rise in cases. Studies have also highlighted that the reasons are as complex as extramarital affairs to mediocre reasons such as irritating small behaviors of the partner. It is widely accepted that divorce is part of life and separation between two persons is bound to continue. However, there have been some misinterpretations of the findings collected by current researchers. It is important to note that these findings are based on earlier conclusions based on research that was most likely liable to errors and mistakes. Such research findings and papers have been assumed as true, thus setting the precedence of misinformation. It is thus the purpose of this paper to clarify earlier findings in order for us to present the true picture of the causes and effects of divorces. Causes for divorce. Reasons for divorce have always remained sketchy, as the real reasons can only be known by the two couples. However, the most common forms of reasons that have led to the separation of couples include money. This reason has always remained an emotive issue among couples, as this is clearly manifested by 90% of the couples who surveyed responded that they may have fought over money at least once during their relationship. 30% of respondents admitted to separating over other issues which were compounded by lack of money. Sexual problems. This reason in most cases has always been denied by couples, as physical conditions or sexual malfunctions are considered to be uncommon. Sexual problems are largely contributed to preconceived notions and ideas that are based on unacceptable attitudes toward sex. It was difficult for the couples to approach the topic of sex. Over 50% of couples admitted that a sexual problem was the root cause of infidelity within their marriages. Immaturity. Many couples separated from each other after the couples exhibited behavior that the partner saw as inappropriate and childish. Such behavior is then seen as intolerable, making life difficult for both, as there exists a lack of understanding between the couples. Alcohol and substance abuse. This is also one of the most commonly cited issues among separating couples. Although data on abuse is not conclusive, many couples have often cited substance abuse as one of the reasons that lead to violent abuse that have even led to injuries and fatalities in worst-case scenarios. In-laws. This is a prevalent reason used by young couples, as meddling from external members and excessive hassles from external members of family. Respect. Respect among couples is imperative, as both come from different backgrounds. Having a different background often means that the couples have to come up with ways of living together and tolerating each other. Disrespect is manifested through physical and verbal attacks. Effects of divorce. The above-mentioned reasons are just some of the most prevalent. It is also very difficult to establish the main reasons that couples may separate. We may never have a definite reason as to why the rate of divorce keeps on increasing, but it may be easier to conclude on the effects divorce brings to society. This is because effects are much more profound in families, hence making it simpler to track. The family unit is facing numerous issues today, as the effects of divorce are having a direct impact on the lives of children and how they will relate with others in the future. Research conducted by Leonard Weitzman confirmed that men were shown to heal faster and do well economically after separation. It was also found out that, as opposed to the common belief that fathers were less interested in their families after separation, the research found out that fathers continued to be loving towards their kids and family. Research also found out that both couples underwent intense emotional periods while seeking closure on the whole issue of separation. Depending on the number of years that they have been together, the couple may have to resolve all the underlying issues that may have led to the separations. Everything you need for studies, essay samples, writing tools, and tips, you can find at studycorgi.com.